So we've got Lex Divine, not Ryan. I shouldn't call you Ryan, or should I call you Lex now?
I mean, this is sort of a kayfabe breaking podcast, right? So
yeah. I mean, we're sitting next to each other on a couch, and in kayfabe, the most interaction we've ever had is him reading bullying tweets to me in front of a crowd.
Okay.
So we're not together and are not like living together in kayfabe. So.
Right, in the wrestling world. That's okay. So I'm supposed to be Italian, so and I'll have spaghetti tonight, but that's about the only thing about me that's actually Italian. Don't tell Monte from Monte and the Pharaoh. He gets so upset at that. For some reason, Monte from Monte and the Pharaoh thinks that like my pretending that I was Italian is like the most offensive thing that's ever happened in the history of wrestling. And us to.
So we have questions from fans, and I'm here to answer them. And I may blather on and on and on, but I will get to a point eventually with your help.
Like in my introductions, I will get to a point eventually. And here is the first point I'm going to get to, a question. Or actually, it's more of a statement / question. And it says, please ask Dutch. Dutch, do you know who up in New York is talking about you?
Yes. There's two answers to that, really.
Mm-hmm.
One of them, you say who, and they said nobody.
Fuck.
Are we good on sound? Yep. Are you okay to go?
Yeah. Growing up adopted, knowing I'm adopted, the one and only thing that I've always tried to do, make my mom and dad proud of me.
We had a friend, his son played hockey. He says maybe that would be a good sport for him to get, Mike to get into. Played them all, except goalie.
He said he was too big. Yeah, he covered the whole net.
He had 33-inch thighs. This was as an 8th grader. He had 19-inch calves. He had a size 16 and a half neck. It was just like a solid piece of granite.
I've known Mike, to be honest, really too fucking long. He hit you with them arms and it's like taking it to the body, shiver.
He got into the normal scrapes like all kids do.
He was a bully. And anytime he didn't get his way, he would try to, or he wouldn't try,
He'd bully you.
25, 26 years old, man, I was, on top of the world. I was like, oh my God, I'm wrestling, for the WWF. They decided they wanted to give me a character, half man, half beast, and they wanted to put this big giant bullhead on me. Vince probably spent $100,000 on this fucking bullhead that I only wore like 5-6 times. I grabbed Vince by the arms and I'm talking to him through the mouth of this bullhead, and I said, Vince, I got this. I said, don't worry about it. I had a good friend of mine die in the ring in my arms in Bremen, Germany in 1993, Larry Cameron. He had a heart attack in the middle of the ring, and I watched this guy of black color turn to an ash gray. I bought a ring and fixed it up and opened up my company, had a few shows, and then that's when I found out that C6 was touching my spinal cord and my career was over. For those of you who don't know what CTE syndrome is, it's a chronic traumatic encephalopathy, which stands for one too many concussions.
right, welcome back to the world's #1 pro wrestling broadcast, Monte The Pharaoh, only seen here out of the great indie music studio, TV studio.
Yeah. That's where we
Is this
are.
the first time you ever looked around?
Yeah. It's hot in here.
Returning to the desk is the mighty Spidey.
Spidey!
The mighty Spidey.
Spidey, before you got here,
He's
Spidey,
tidy, that
Spidey
mighty
and I were
Spidey.
talking about when Terry Reynolds was in here, because
Okay.
he wasn't here. And I said,
It's
that was by design.
almost a good thing.
No, it was by design.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want such a good-looking
Yeah, she would have been like,
Not
I'm
that
taking
Abe is a bad-looking
Oh, no,
producer.
but she would have ran off with Spidey.
Oh, my
we
God.
wouldn't have even gotten the interview
She
with
just
him.
been like, I'm out of here.
And Spidey would have been like, let's see, do the show, or I'll see you later, fellas.
We'd be
You know,
sitting here, we wouldn't have a show.
Yeah.
I think she was my type.
I think so.
I don't see why not.
I think she's everybody's type.
Unbelievable.
She's gorgeous.
Well,
What do
she's
you
not
want?
ugly, if that's what you're getting
You know,
at.
thank you.
I'm not going to argue.
Thank
Okay,
you.
that's fine.
You don't need a
Boy,
weed whacker
oh,
for
boy.
her.
Oh, you don't?
No, she didn't have a mustache.
Hello, Maria.
Hey, what's up, Maria?
Look at the Spidey checking in with the
Spidey, you're so
people
suave,
watching the show.
man. I'm telling you.
Guys just
He's
checking in. He's just
smooth.
checking in with everybody.
He's like, what's going on?
Maria, who's better looking, Ric Flair or Spidey?
Oh, that's not even close.
It's a tough question.
No, it's not.
It is.
Ric Flair looks like a parrot. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh boy.
Woo!
So just to remind everybody, this is a kind of bittersweet thing. This is Pharaoh's almost end show in studio.
This is the last regular show.
This is the
I'll be
last
doing.
regular show.
Right.
He'll be doing tomorrow's show with Manny Fernandez and Brett Azar, and then finishing up with Wisteria Hall with Barry Windham.
Yep.
But
on
the
Sunday.
plans are
Yeah.
when Pharaoh gets down to Florida,
Not to use my phone.
not to use his phone. He'll have a computer. He'll have a
Shit,
mic,
sure.
and we'll
Yes.
be doing the show, just
Yes.
not next to each other. But
Right.
you know, so we'll work through the little bit of
The
difficulties we
kinks
might
and
have.
all that other stuff.
So,
Sure.
but you know, it's you know, we want, you know, I want, as Pharaoh such, you know, he's my friend. Look, Stinger's in the house. A little roll call.
Stinger, what's up?
His band, thank you.
His
Matthew
band, what's
Holland,
up? Matthew.
First Lady, ESO.
Hey, Maria.
Phil
Hey, Bruce.
DeCesare. How
Mr.
are you,
Phil.
buddy?
What's up, Phil?
Let me see. Jay Will's here.
Jay Will. What's
RJ
happening?
Hudson.
RJ.
I said ESO. Davio.
Davio.
Always good to see you. Jason. Good to see you.
What's up, Jay?
Roy.
Roy.
Batiste, how
Excellent.
are you, my
What's
friend?
happening, Roy?
Who else we got? Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? And Chris Lee, of course.
Hello,
I'm
mate.
so glad Chris Lee is back with the family.
Yeah, good man. Good man, Chris.
So anyway, we want, you know, I want you to be happy.
Yes,
and
sir.
The show will strive.
We'll be fine.
We'll be fine.
We'll be fine.
We just got to figure out how to do the in-studio interviews.
we'll nail it.
We'll figure out what we got.
We will
Maria
nail it.
Davis says Jimmy #1. Jimmy,
Oh,
number
thank you.
one. Hot you.
Not supposed to spit after saying Jimmy #1. Hop.
Just imitating. What am I supposed to say?
Oh my God! Thank you, Maria. You're #1.
I wanted, you know, dude, I wanted to read something to you before we
Sure.
get the show going.
Sure.
You know what? I'm getting old, so it's hard
That's
to remember
okay.
anything. Right?
That's
So-
okay. Not to put a damper on it, but real fast, I would like to dedicate my last few shows to my cat Gray, who passed away unfortunately this week. He had spleen cancer, and it took him out real quick. But he was my best buddy over the years, and it's never going to be the same without him. You know, sometimes animals mean more than people, if you know what I mean.
Absolutely.
It's strange, but rest in peace, Gray.
Unconditional love, man. Right? They
Yep.
don't judge. They
Yep.
don't. Right?
No, they don't. And I saw something, you know, just as I was starting to feel a little bit better about the whole thing, out in the mail came the sympathy card from the hospital.
That's
and
good
and
business
it
right
tore
there.
me in half.
But that's good business,
you
man.
know, and it had a very interesting little thing that it said on the card. It said, "People we let into our company, pets we let into our solitude."
There you go, bro.
Wow.
Good stuff.
Love you, Gray.
Not to parlay off.
Nah,
that.
it's good.
Ryan Bowman, if anyone doesn't know that, Ryan Bowman used to own the gorilla position.
Okay.
It was a pretty hot dirt sheet.
Gorilla position?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Wasn't there a jackhammer that wrote for that thing?
No.
Is that somebody else?
No, he did write for it,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, what
But-
happened? They showed his forehead and he quit?
But anyway, Ryan sold it. But Ryan wrote me today, and
Yeah.
I thought I should share this
Yeah,
with you.
yeah.
He put, I saw a video of you guys posted talking to Del Wilkes. Kind of brought a tear to my eye. He died on my birthday, June 30th, and I had actually just talked to him 2 days before. I think I might have done the last interview ever with him. He was a good friend and a good man. Thanks for posting that. So I just
Sure.
put no worries. He was a good man.
Sure.
From just meeting him in the studio. We didn't
Yeah.
know him, right? But
Yeah,
it's
he was
like
very cool. Very cool. And he looked fine. He looked very healthy. I couldn't believe it when he passed.
And he's like, as always, keep up the great work. You
Thank
brothers
you.
do it right, the right way. I wish more people got it like you guys do.
Oh, that's awesome. What a nice thing
So,
to say.
you know,
Thank you.
Monte
Thank
the
you, brother. Thank you,
Pharaoh,
brother.
just so everybody understands, Monte
Yeah.
the Pharaoh, you know, Jim Beam is our sponsor.
Yes, sir.
Jim Beam is a major sponsor.
Yep.
Thanks
sure.
to you guys. I think we've thanked you numerous times.
Oh, absolutely.
Monte the Pharaoh are now recognized as one of the top pro wrestling podcasts, even though we call ourselves a
Well,
we are a TV
we
show,
are a
right?
television. You heard Terry last
But-
week. She's like, I'm in a TV studio.
Right,
Well, we're a
people-
TV show.
But people call us a podcast.
I understand that. We get lumped in. I get it.
So the one thing
get it.
I will say on our end, what you and I have built together.
Yeah.
That's why when you go to Florida, we will still remain together, right?
Yeah.
Because there is no Monte the Pharaoh without the Pharaoh. There's no Monte the Pharaoh without the Monte.
Of course.
We will continue on. We
Yes,
will
sir.
strive. It'll be a little bit different. But
Yeah, but we'll do it.
Again,
and it'll be
this
great.
all starts with everybody that stood
I
us
believe.
through us. This could have ended when they shut down the channel.
Could
and
have.
I was about to pull the plug.
Yeah, we were close.
I was so frustrated.
Sure.
But so
Sure.
many great things that, you know, the cable versions
Yeah.
are through the roof right now.
I'm surprised, but hey, I'll take whatever we can get. Absolutely.
The audio versions are through the roof.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
The-
I started finally listening to them too. You know,
How do you like
I mean,
to
you
just
can't
listen to
watch
audio?
everything that we
Right,
put
right.
out when we're as busy as we are. Between
Do you get the same feeling when you watch on
Yeah,
listen to it on
no, I
audio?
really do.
Very
no,
good.
I really do. It was good. I was like, oh wow, we're not so bad.
Well, we've got a pretty entertaining show tonight.
Yeah.
Man
we do.
accused of holding girlfriend captive in university dorm for days.
This is entertaining?
Yes. 19-year-old man
right.
is accused of holding his girlfriend captive in her dorm room at the
Oh.
University of Minnesota while he raped,
This
beat,
guy.
and waterboarded
This
her
weasel we're
for
looking at?
days until she escaped.
Waterboard.
Canu Labit was arrested. I don't even know what
I think
name
it's
is that.
I think it's Keanu Labat, but either way, it's a very weird.
Keanu, like Keanu Reeves, okay.
Maybe
Labat,
something like that.
Labate, I don't know.
Labat, maybe.
Was arrested Sunday in St. Catherine University in an all-female school in St. Paul. He was charged with 5 felony counts, 3 for criminal sexual conduct, 1 domestic assault by strangulation.
Strangulation.
Hold on, my shit went a little
And
high.
1 for threats of violence.
Thank you.
The Office of the Public Defender representing Labat declined comment on the case. According to the criminal complaint filed this week, Labat arrived on campus last Thursday to visit his girlfriend of 2 months. She is not named in the complaint. After finding text pictures and social media content that infuriated him, Labat grabbed her phone and kept it away from her for days, the complaint says. She was strangled, threatened with a knife, forced to lie in a bathtub while he covered her face with a washcloth and poured water on her, sexually assaulted her in her dorm room from Thursday to Saturday. On Sunday morning, she convinced him, now I don't know how this works, she convinced him to let her leave to get food. Can I get food? Yeah, sure, go ahead. I've only been raping and waterboarding
Yeah, it's
you
like,
for
what did you expect
How
was going to
dumb
happen?
is this guy? Then that's when she went to the university security office and told them she was being abused. They notified the cops. The cops came, you know, and they noticed that she had black, blue, and red marks all over her neck. Police found Labat in the dorm room and arrested him on probable cause of domestic and sexual assault. And
So?
you want me to comment on this like you don't
Did you
know
see
already?
Mr. Labat?
Yeah, put him up again, Spidey. Let's put him up again. Boy, oh boy, Soap on a Rope is going to have a whole new meeting now, isn't it? Enjoy your corn
What
shoot being
drives a human
stretched.
being to do something like that?
Evil.
So do you think people are just born evil, or they have a mental breakdown? Does something go wrong in their brain? Do they catch a disease? Do they do too many drugs? I'm just asking,
How
like,
about-
what makes that happen?
How about now? If someone's born with a mental illness and they're born into a mental illness and it's obvious they have a mental illness, okay, you got a mental illness, all right. But something tells me that this guy went to school, got passing grades, blah 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 blah, and then somewhere along the line something wrong happened in his mind and he became evil. I think it was his choice to be evil. That's what I think. And what do you think? Death penalty for a guy like this? Nah, he didn't kill her, right? So I guess we're not going to do that. So what does he get? Life in prison
You know what's
with
funny,
with
man?
no
my,
soap?
one of my big dreams, and obviously it's not going to happen.
He's a
But one of my
scumbag,
big
one way or the other.
dreams was if I ever became I will tell you this. I may run for office on Long Island. I have been thinking about this for a very long time. My wife laughs at me.
No,
but
she shouldn't.
I have never failed at anything I've tried at.
I could see you
and
giving
I
it a
think
shot.
I may run for office. But besides
what
that,
office would you run for?
well, I'd first probably run for
Don't do the
town,
small stuff.
town supervisor
Town
first.
supervisor. Okay.
And
okay.
then
Fine.
see where it goes from there.
Town supervisor in Comac.
No, I think it's like I don't know. I gotta.
What's there to supervise? Somebody didn't pay their library fee.
Maybe, but but my point
Go
is,
ahead.
I always believe. Remember the movie Escape from New York?
Yeah, sure. Snake
I always
Plissken.
thought you want to build the economy.
Yeah.
You take an area.
Yeah.
Right. A broken down, fucked up area.
Okay.
In the United States.
There's several on Long Island.
You
Go
build
ahead.
this huge wall. You're employing now U.S. citizens.
build
right?
what?
This giant wall.
Oh, that's going to go over big. You see
Right?
what the ex-president tried to do with that.
I get
That's-
it.
Already you're going to be hated, but go ahead.
I get it.
Go
and
ahead.
then you take these animals. If you do a certain thing,
An animal like this guy.
or anybody like any
that has
kind of
records
animal.
like this
Yes.
guy. Yeah, and they are animals.
And you just
I
throw
understand.
them behind the wall. You have your security.
Right.
You don't give them food, and you let them just do what the fuck they want with each other.
You don't
Man,
give
woman,
them
or beast.
food.
No.
Then they're all just going to die within 2 weeks
Or
anyway.
they find, whatever you built it. So say, I don't know, just for this conversation. Because the
What,
movie
is there
was
a
Escape from
Checkers in
New
the middle
York.
of this?
No, but what I'm saying, say it's in, say we decide that Louisiana is a shithole.
Oh, you love that
Right?
state,
I'm just
don't you?
saying.
Okay.
You build a wall around Louisiana.
Oh, my God.
Whatever's in there is in there.
Right.
Everybody's got to move.
So all the convicts in the country just go
right in
into
there.
one giant...
And everybody that lives there has to move out.
Aren't there parts of Alaska where there's no one? Like, a matter of fact, most people
No, not a
are
bad
all
idea.
condensed,
Maybe you
right?
do it there.
Russia has Siberia.
Yeah, why not?
Let's do our version of it.
And people are employed. There's security guards
Of
around that whole
course,
thing.
of
You have all
course.
this computer equipment.
Right.
And you just make sure that they can escape.
Right. Yeah, round them all up and send them to the United States version of Siberia.
It's not the death penalty, so now you're not breaking the laws of God. Right?
Okay, I
And
understand
you're like,
what you're getting
you
at.
have
Okay.
been executed.
Exiled.
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 Goodbye.
You're exiled. Yeah,
You
I
are
would-
done.
I would like that. But, of course, that will never happen. But I
Of course
like
not.
that. Of course
But I
not.
always thought, like, if I
It's
ever
not,
did
it's
that, I'd
not
do it.
bad. It's not bad. Escape from Alaska.
Escaped Pennsylvania killer survived on watermelon, planned carjacking to flee to Canada.
Watermelon.
Daniello Cavalcante.
I love when you pronounce names. Danilo Cavalcante.
What did I say?
I don't know.
Danilo?
I have no idea.
The convicted murderer who spent 2 weeks on the run after daring prison vague survived by eating watermelon from a farm and hiding his fecal matter and had planned to carjack.
duty? He was hiding his duty?
That would be fecal matter.
What is
yeah.
it? What? I'm going to go crap in the straw patch. I'll
To
never
flee
find
the
it here.
state, officials have revealed Cavalcante would have convicted of killing his ex-girlfriend in front of her two young children.
come on
Escaped
now.
Chester County Prison in Popskin Township in August 31st. After 2 weeks of an exhaustive search, the 34-year-old was captured in the morning. Now, again, if you're good enough to escape, why can't you just escape? What's the issue there? Why do these guys always get caught?
Well, first of all, they don't get far enough away from where they escaped. You got to get yourself as far away.
So you
as
got to be
quick-
moving, bro.
I got to be honest. Okay, we played fantasy with you running a town. Let's play fantasy with Pharaoh, the
Escape
fugitive.
convict. Yes,
yeah,
right.
absolutely. The first thing I'm doing is I am looking for a truck stop, and I am looking to do what Michael Myers did and get the hell in the back of an 18-wheeler that's going cross country.
Are you going to be like under it, like holding
No,
on to
I'll
the
find my
axle?
way in it. I'll get my way inside it. I'll get myself behind a whole bunch of crap. He'll never even know I was there.
Understood.
You know, let him drive state
And get
to state.
out of state.
Get the hell
Absolutely.
as far away as possible. Slip out. Do a complete makeover. All this hair would be gone. You know. Well, then again, if I'm in jail, I don't think I have all this hair. You know what I'm saying?
Wait a
But,
minute, I got to ask you something.
Yeah.
Jay Will says capital punishment is biblical in the New Testament, Gals 6:7-8. Do you know that?
I would like him to read that or send the send the exact passage.
Jay Will,
because-
you got to send that passage.
Be-
Pharaoh does know the Bible in and out.
Well, I can't say that I know it by heart every last line. I would never claim to know that. But
So anyway, so you get out of state.
Yeah.
And you'd escape.
Yeah. I wonder if that, I'm still stuck on the Bible thing. I'm wondering if he's referring to when the Jews said, "We have no law to put a man to death, but you do, Pilate." So I'm wondering if, because that was Roman execution. Now, keep in mind, the Romans at the time were not Christians. They weren't following the, Jehovah God's laws of any kind. But that's interesting.
By the way, Maria Davis says that Ric Flair smelled really good.
Did he? I'm glad to know that he didn't smell like old clam.
Or vodka.
Yeah,
so not recently, just today, PWI 500 came out.
Okay.
It's not on your script, so I just added it.
All right.
Here are the top 10, and I'm top 9. I'm going to go from 9 down.
Sure.
All right. Josh Alexander, Impact.
It's an artsy-fartsy pick. I'm sure I can come up with 8 other guys that are, and he's a good wrestler.
Criteria.
Not get me wrong.
Win-loss record.
Quality
of opponent.
I know
quality
of opponent. In Impact.
How do you even judge quality of opponent?
Just stop it, okay? He's an excellent wrestler. I'm not saying he's not. But
Number 8, Orange Cassidy.
No, stop it. Just stop.
I'm going to disagree with you on this.
Why?
He's on every week on.
Oh, he's one of the big shots on the show.
He's on every week defending it against everybody.
I'm sure if I sat down, I could come up with 9 guys, and he's not on there. Yeah.
Okada, number 7.
I'm partial to Okada, so now I'm being nerdy. Okada is great. Okada is greatness. I do believe Okada is greatness. Those previous 2 names have not earned greatness in my mind with their body of work or this past calendar year. Okada has earned it.
MJF, number 6.
MJF is great. That might even be low, that ranking, with the kind of year he had. MJF deserves to be
here's this guy. He was on last year. I remember this specifically because I didn't know who he was.
Oh, we're doing the
El
Viking
Hijo
again?
del Viking.
No, I don't.
Viking,
Again, artsy-fartsy crap, and no, I don't recognize that. No, I don't. I understand Mexico's a big deal and stuff like that, but no, I can come up with other names. I'm sure I can.
Gunther, number 4.
I was just thinking of Gunther. I'm glad you mentioned him next. Yeah, of course Gunther deserves to be on this list. Of course he does.
So it looks like the top 3 of the Shield. John Moxley at 3.
How do you like that? How do you like that?
You think John Moxley should be over MJF?
Well, you said that to use your Orange Cassidy argument, that guy's truly carrying the company.
That is true.
On his blood, sweat, and tears. John Moxley's the man, by the way. I know we make fun of him sometimes, but I absolutely love John Moxley, what he's done.
Number 2,
he's the man.
No, Roman Reigns.
Oh, Roman Reigns. Wait a minute. Roman Reigns is not number 1? That can only mean one thing.
Seth Rollins, number 1. This is just like, we can't have Roman number 1
every
again.
year.
That's what it is.
So artsy-fartsy.
It is.
You
like,
guys are so artsy-fartsy.
How can't you just put...
By the way, did they check with Billboard when they made this list? Because they're artsy-fartsy, too. Hey, Spidey, I don't know if you heard, but you were on the top 50 greatest rock vocalists of all time from that band Bent Wrench.
Oh, wait a minute.
You didn't know?
Number 10 was Cody Rhodes.
Number 10 was Cody Rhodes.
Right.
So you're going to tell me with a straight face, look at this fucking list. El Viking del Hijo had a better year than Cody Rhodes.
Quality opponent, win-loss record.
Get the fuck out.
Just, I'm trying to help
What,
you.
did he roll me up? Viking del Hijo? Get out of here.
I want to remind everybody on September 15th, Manny Fernandez, that is tomorrow.
Yes.
It's 6:30.
Awesome.
Looking forward to talking to Manny. I'm sure we'll talk about Terry Funk, the passing of Terry Funk, and we'll talk about the Valor issue, right?
Yeah,
see how that goes.
Absolutely.
And then right after that will be the former Iron Sheik young rock star, Brett Azar.
Yep.
And we'll have a good discussion with Brett. And then on September 17th, his first interview since his heart attack and the passing of Bray Wyatt. Where else would it happen? At the world's #1 pro wrestling broadcast.
Yep.
Barry's back.
Barry Windham.
We'll have a long discussion with Barry, and we'll finish the show off with Wisteria Hall. We're going to sing a little Rap is Crap.
That's going to be cool. That'll be
right.
very cool.
I would like to thank the band that sings the theme song for Monte The Pharaoh, own Jimmy Farrow, along with his partner Bart Griggs, make up the band Wisteria Hall.
Yes, sir.
Wisteria Hall sings such great songs as In My Dreams, This Life, Not Far Behind, Here Comes the Rain. Here Comes the Rain. You can find their music on the Wisteria Hall YouTube page with what you do.
You like and subscribe, and then you switch on over to the Monte and the Pharaoh page, like, subscribe, and become a member.
And download their music on Spotify, Apple Music, and Reverb Nation. Quick question.
Yeah, sure.
You've had this long, long relationship with who I probably would say your best friend of all time, Bart Griggs.
Bart Griggs, absolutely, man. 30 plus years.
How does it feel going to Florida and being away from Bart? Not putting you on the spot, bro.
Yeah, you are.
I kind of am, but not
you
like
are.
that. Because I think I want the people who watch you every week.
Let me put it this
to know how you feel.
Let me put it this way: there is 99% of the things that are making me want to do this move are all amazing.
Right.
Karen McDaniel is such a gift to me. She's great. Absolutely love her. The thought of not having Bart is painful. If if the people want to know what I'm thinking, it's painful. He's been my right arm for a long time.
I mean, you guys spent a lot of time together.
Good man.
He is a good man.
It's going to be hard. I've told him a bunch of times since I let him know that I was going to be going to Panama City Beach that I wish I could somehow steal him, the Kings Park that we go to every week, and just lift you in the studio and bring you there to do the show. I was like, because that is the center of my universe.
Sure,
it has been for years now. Doing the show with you, and doing music and spending time with Bart has been the show, the deal for me. So there's always going to be that little bit of sadness, but there is so much good to look forward to, and may my best days in my past be my worst in my future.
That's a good
I agree
call.
with what Karen said. So.
Change in life for everybody, right?
Yeah.
It's definitely some of the most stressful parts of people's lives are changing jobs, getting a divorce, and changing lifestyles and moving.
Sure.
Those are the three things.
Sure.
There's so many things involved. The great thing about this all is we've got such great communication now.
I know we
that
do.
we're able to continue on our lives.
This wouldn't have been possible.
No, it would not have been
It would
possible.
have been like, wow, I'm really never going to hear from you again.
Right.
And in the old days, it would have cost money to talk to you on the phone.
Absolutely.
Long distance, man.
So now you're talking. We could still continue on with the
Yes,
show.
we can.
Hopefully, you and Bart could still figure out a way
Yes,
to
we
do
can.
music
We're
together.
already figuring it out
So,
the same way we are with the
exactly.
show. It's going to happen.
It's good stuff. This is exciting.
And don't forget, and this I find this amazing. Karen's never been to New York.
That's crazy.
I'm shocked at that, but we're obviously going to be coming up here, to visit and stuff and spend the week in New York.
Like I
and
said,
stuff.
I'm thinking about bringing her up for the big event. I'm sure you're going to
That
follow
would-
with.
Absolutely.
And, you know what I mean?
That
There'll
would
be
be
a lot
awesome.
going on.
That
So,
would be great. That'd be great.
we'll get it all figured out.
Yeah, we will. I'm sure we will.
If you didn't know it, you're watching Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast, Monte The Pharaoh. Catch us on the Monte The Pharaoh YouTube page and Monte The Pharaoh Facebook Live page. Hear us on iHeartRadio, Spotify, or wherever all audio is found, Anchor TV. Catch us on the Monte The Pharaoh Twitch TV page and channel 115 every Tuesday at 9:30 and Saturday at 11:30 a.m. And on channel 20 on Tuesdays at 7 p.m., where we're seen by over 150,000 people weekly in New York.
Nice. We're about to pass Collision in ratings.
We're coming damn close,
Yep.
that's for sure.
I know we are. It's hilarious.
And also, we've been bragging about this. We've been telling people, download it for free, the Intuitive Network. It's the new Netflix. You've got videos. You've got comedy shows. You've got dramas.
Don't forget your documentaries.
Exactly.
Those too.
And you've got Long Island's #1 pro wrestling
Long Island.
broadcast.
The world's.
There you go.
And you know why, don't you?
Tell me why.
Because Jim Beam said so.
That's all that really
What?
matters, right?
Yeah, and that's Intuitive, spelled IN2ITIVE. Intuitive. Get into it.
We'll be right back after this commercial break where we're going to do something called Finish Him. So
I wonder who this
I've
could
had
be.
enough
I wonder who
of
this
Matt
could-
Riddle. You've had enough
Oh,
of Matt
I've
Riddle.
so had enough of
Matt
Matt
Riddle's
Riddle.
had enough of us.
Yeah.
But guess what?
Too bad,
Matt.
Bad news.
We will bring you down. That is our mission. Finish him.
We'll see you in a second. Riddle me this.
Sir?
Ah.
Manscaped?
Uh-huh.
Have you tried the new equipment that's been sent?
I'm afraid because it says weed whacker. I'm scared.
Maven, Manscaped, what are you thinking about
Love it.
Manscaped, dude?
Love it.
What do you use it for?
Necessity. What don't I use it for? Put it this way. The only hair I have on my entire body is these eyebrows.
Yeah.
That you see. These
Wow.
caterpillars racing to the middle of my nose. That's it.
That is it.
That's all I have. And that's all I want.
That's
so Manscaped is a
You-
must.
We were talking before the show. There's nothing worse than just hair.
Yeah.
Right? Hair on a woman, hair on a man, it's just bad.
Absolutely. And it's the one thing that the older I get, it starts growing more in unwanted areas.
Absolutely.
I hate it.
I'm going to ask you a question.
Uh-oh.
Just going to go out there.
Oh, boy.
Go for it.
You're doing a deed.
Yes.
Again, I don't want you to have to admit this because we, as men, we try not to admit this. But if you're going to go do the deed on a woman, would you rather have her be hairless or a little hair, racing stripe, or
racing stripe,
full retro bush?
Racing stripe.
Retro bush is out.
Yes, thank you.
Retro bush is out.
Yeah.
I don't mind a small, well manicured landing strip. Every now and then, if it's completely, and I'm talking like baby's ass bald, then I start. Where is that pedophilia line? I don't want to wander into that.
That's very interesting.
Like that.
I never thought about that. You're a smart dude. Holy shit.
So if the landing strip is clean enough for the plane to go in smoothly, you're cool with that?
If the landing strip has, like I said, well manicured, you can see both sides. It's not
like blinking lights on both sides of that.
I don't want, I don't want the shrubbery going off into unwanted areas on that.
Gotcha.
As well.
Oh, look what you found. Ooh.
I got to be all honest though. Hey, the older I get though, I don't think I can be as
I found it.
Have you ever gone down there and she slowly brings down the underwear? Then
what is it?
Retro.
Absolutely.
You're like, whoa.
Wow.
Yeah,
like it pops out?
Do you walk out or what do you do?
No, I muster through. I muster up the courage to get
He's
through.
a trooper. Yeah. He's a trooper. Got to give him an A.
Not all heroes wear capes.
Yeah, I hear you.
There you
Listen,
go.
I couldn't say it. Well, if you have the same beliefs as Maven, does Manscaped could help you?
Absolutely.
The weed whacker.
Absolutely.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking that I may have to, go in a room, close the door, and hang out with the weed whacker for a little while.
Yeah, I think you're a retro guy, aren't you?
I like 70s adult films, if that's what you're getting at.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
but with that, we're going to take a quick
Batman.
commercial break, and we'll be
Anyway.
back with this wrestling icon, Maven.
We will see you in a drop kick second.
All right, welcome back to the world's #1 pro wrestling broadcast, Monte The Pharaoh, only seen here out of Indie Music TV. So we're discussing freaks. We saw a couple of freaks coming up, the rapist and the animal.
Yeah.
WWE star Matt Riddle accuses cop of sexual assault at JFK Airport. I'll cut it down pretty quick because everybody pretty much knows the story of our friend Mr.
Accuses
Riddle.
a cop of sexual assault.
WWE wrestler Matt Riddle accused cop of sexual assault in New York JFK Airport. Riddle, 37, posted a photo allegedly offending Port Authority police officer on Instagram account that he was passing through Queens Airport from flight from India. And nothing like being sexually assaulted and harassed at JFK Airport. No means no, and just because I'm nice doesn't mean yes, asshole. The original Bros accusation against the unnamed officer reportedly read, definitely one of the most uncomfortable travel days I've ever had. Thanks, NYC. You're so progressive and accepting. Since then, he's deleted the post.
What does that mean?
So, a couple of things, Pharaoh, and then I want you to weigh in.
I don't even know what that means.
So, we all know Matt Riddle's got his little funny fingernails painted. Remember the old producer we had here?
Right.
Thoughts on that real quick?
To each his own, but I've always found that a little weird.
Like when he used to produce
But
and you
keep in
saw
mind,
that,
though-
it bothered
Okay.
me.
All right,
I
listen.
used to say to you,
Look,
what's up?
The drummer from War Dance back in the day painted his fingernails black.
Black.
Yeah.
I get, look, I don't get it, but I get it.
I don't get it.
But remember
if that's what
the
you're
old
into-
producer used to have
Yeah.
yellow, orange,
Yes.
and that's what Riddle does.
Somewhere over the rainbow. I'm sorry, what was that?
So Riddle comes off a plane. He's drunk from India.
Yeah.
Shockingly. They're
Oh,
supposed to
what
be
a su-
sober.
What a surprise.
No surprise.
No surprise at all.
And he's got funny fingernails. And you think people might, maybe they want to check him,
Pretty
make sure he's
hair.
okay. Pretty long hair.
Got pretty nice hair. Yeah.
Any thoughts?
Yeah, my thoughts are is that I think he's trying to come up with a story because, as usual, his conduct sucked and he didn't want to get fired for it. because he's disruptive, drunk, disorderly, and his fingernails have different colors.
Well, if that wasn't us, our friend of the show, Miss Daniela Petra,
yeah,
went right to Twitter. She wrote Monte the Pharaoh.
How surprising.
And she's got something to say, so we're going to listen in.
Let's
and then
see what she's got to say.
We'll have you weigh in on this, Pharaoh.
Sure. Hit it, Daniela.
Can we all just, like, take a minute? I just woke up from my little, like, Sunday afternoon nap, so don't mind this. But I wake up to all this, like, Matt Riddle news story. One of, he's intoxicated at an airport. Well, there goes sobriety. That's one. Two, a man who has, not only by myself, been accused of sexual abuse is now crying sexual assault? Well, isn't that the pot calling the kettle black? Where's your proof, Matt? Prove it. Prove you've been sexually assaulted. Because honestly, that's what everyone wants us victims of you to do. To prove that we've been sexually abused. This is like the irony. This is the paradox that this man is literally crying victim. Saying that he was sexually assaulted. Intoxicated. At an airport. When are y'all gonna just stop giving this man a chance? Clearly, we have a problem with Matt Riddle. But where's your proof that you've been sexually assaulted, Matt? Like everyone wants ours. Prove it. I also have like a couple more like thoughts or opinions. So quick question too. And like some of the stuff that I've been reading online that has like kind of been very interesting, like WWE. How long are you gonna like shield your baby, like white privilege, you know, problem child? Because I guess in one of the stories that I was reading, like the articles, he threw his position in the WWE as like leverage to try to like, I'm an outstanding citizen, blah, blah, blah type of bullshit. That's me paraphrasing. That's me like wording it in my own words. But like, are you gonna keep hiding, like letting him hide behind you guys? Are you gonna keep protecting him? Like, sometimes you may want to just cut ties and like cut your losses. Like, this man clearly, without just my opinion, like I've given it numerous times, is a problem. And sometimes you just need to let it go. Move on. Cut your losses. Say goodbye. Say la vie. A man who's been numerously accused of sexual abuse in his own private relationships is now accusing a man doing his job at security of sexually assaulting him while he's under the influence, off the fucking wagon. Like, come on now. Really? I just want to know, like, how long are we going to let Matt Riddle play victim? Look at the history. Us women are stalkers, we're liars, we're this, we're that, and everyone's just out to get me, and I'm a good guy, and I don't do anything wrong, and I love my family, and I love my children, and I love my job, and I work so hard, and woe is me, I'm a victim, no one does anything I do is no wrongdoing, but everyone is doing this all to me, woe is me. The man is constantly playing victim. But look at all the scenarios that none of us have anything to do with, but the same rooted issue is him. He's not a victim. He's the bad guy. He's the villain. He's the manipulator. He's the narcissist. When are people going to start opening their eyes to the fact that it's Matt Riddle? This man is his own fucking demon. He's the one that is abusing people. He is the one who has a problem. He is the one who manipulates and all this stuff. He's not a victim. He makes victims and then cries victim. That's a problem. That needs to be stopped. Honestly.
There it is there, Mr. Pharaoh.
She just woke up? That's what she looks like when she first wakes up.
Is that all you can think about?
I heard you. I heard you going, oh my God, I'll take that. So that's why I'm commenting on it.
She looks pretty good waking
That's
up.
what happens when when
Imagine
I
waking
wake
up
up,
to-
I look like Godzilla's asshole. I mean, what on earth
She
are we
goes on a
talking
rant about
here?
Matt Riddle, and the first thing you said, that's what she looks like when she
It
wakes
just
up.
makes me laugh because I was laughing at your reaction during the video.
I can't help it.
I know you couldn't
holy
help it, but
Christ
thank God you
almighty.
kept it clean behind the desk over
Oh,
here.
my God.
Unbelievable. Let's also
Sweating over here, boy.
I know you. You kind of are. You got
Good God.
paper towels there, Spidey?
There ain't no air conditioner, but I got to tell you straight up. Damn.
Man. I also want to throw in here, because it's important, law enforcement told the New York Post that Riddle was drunk and causing a disturbance. That's why they were called in. He's just covering for his fucking behavior.
Let me, why
What
is
else
it
is
WWE?
new?
He can't
Oh, and
be
Matt,
making...
Matt, you blocked us? Fuck you.
He can't
gotta be kidding me.
He can't be making
soft.
him that much money. Look, listen.
He's making money.
Again, we discussed about Terry Runnels with New Jack, and I
Yeah.
told you last week I felt a little dirty,
Mhm.
you know, from when
Sure.
we early on started.
Sure.
I feel dirty that we defended him against Candy Cartwright now. Way back in the beginning, because where we are, wrestling show, defending the man.
We felt because that's when the things were just, that was the first thing to come out about him,
But
and we
this is
thought that she
crazy.
was cashing in on him, but
This
apparently
guy,
not.
this guy
thinks he's a rock star, and he's got major issues. And I know that Daniela wants him fired yesterday, and I don't disagree that should probably be the case. However, just stay patient. He's going to get himself fired one way or the other. It's coming.
Finish him.
It's coming.
Listen,
You know,
when
I just
this-
hope that it doesn't come at the cost of, like, you know, a body or something like that, where he strangulates somebody or whatever the hell he does because he's playing his sexual games.
Well, when
I
it,
don't know
when
what,
it
you
all
know.
ends,
Yeah.
Jimmy,
Yeah.
we're going to,
Laugh?
along with our friend Daniela,
Yeah.
we're going to take credit for it.
Okay.
We are taking credit for it. Hey, Spidey, don't we deserve to take credit for this?
Let him take himself out. He's the one.
We've been working this for almost a year.
Yeah, but he's doing all the hard work. He's the asshole.
Yeah, well, he's making it easy.
Let him. He's going to get the ultimate credit in the end. He's going to take himself out.
By the way, he was
you
off
know?
Raw, but he
Yeah.
supposedly had an ear infection and bronchitis.
Right.
And the defenders out there
Bullshit.
were like,
Bullshit.
you know, he was flying from India,
Oh, shut
and he
up.
was tired,
Oh,
and he had a few
stop
drinks
it.
because he wasn't feeling
Hey,
well.
let's
'cause he
talk
had
about Kevin Sullivan and Nancy while we're at it. Get the hell out of here.
My God,
Just
the
shut
Kevin
up.
Sullivan
Just
Nancy
stop
thing.
it already with your bullshit.
All right, so look, dude.
Anyway, it's
here's the
bullshit.
Thing, here's the thing I want to go through with you.
God, I can't stand making excuses
So,
for assholes.
Matt
anyway.
Riddle's probably not the best human being.
No.
But I pulled some other wrestlers, and I want you to compare. You know how we do our top 10?
Oh, my
I'm
God.
going
Are
to
we
read
really
wrestling
doing this?
things and tell me who's worse after I
Mhm.
read it and explain. Because
Okay.
everybody wants your opinion.
Okay, however, I have a disclaimer. If you're an idol worshiper of pro wrestlers, this next segment is not for you.
It's only for... That's a great disclaimer.
Right.
I love it.
Let's do it.
All right, you ready?
Sure, why not?
Tennille Dashwood, Emma, shoplifting. Let me read it to you.
Wait a minute.
Hold on. Sorry.
She
this
stole,
is part of the
she
rules.
stole a Ninja Turtle action figure? What's the problem?
It's hard to fathom that anyone would think Dashwood would bother to try to steal an iPhone case that cost only
That's pretty
$20. But that's
silly.
exactly what happened. Dashwood, still employed with the WWE at the time, was
God,
shopping
that's
at
dopey.
Walmart and used a self-scan checkout. She neglected to scan the iPhone case with her other items and was stopped by store security. Worse than Riddle or better than Riddle?
She's a lot better than Riddle. Hey, you with that iPhone case, come back! All right, I fucked up. I thought it scanned. I didn't even check my receipt. I'm sorry. That's a little bit better than, I'm going to screw you in the butt, rape you, and then tell you it was your fault. It's your fault. You made me do it. You have a nice Heidi. What the hell are we talking about here? I shouldn't even joke about this.
Where does the word Heine come from?
I don't know, but
It's really annoying. Like Heine?
remember the
Oh,
old?
yeah, Heine.
Do you remember the old? I see your Heine.
yeah.
It's nice and shiny.
Right,
You
right.
better hide it before I bite it.
All right.
Yeah. Now that we've dated ourselves here.
Next up, Big
Boy,
Man
this is
Vader
such a
assaults
juvenile show.
a talk show host in Kuwait. Vader
That was awesome.
just
Do it
doesn't look
again.
like someone you want to mess with.
Do it
and over
again.
400 pounds, very little of which was fat. His power bomb shook the ring post. The man was so tough. When Stan Hansen knocked out his eyeball during a
He
match,
put it
he
back
popped it
in.
back in to finish the contest.
Now hold on a second, though. Wait a minute. I do have to take a little umbrage. At over 400 pounds, very little of it was fat. Vader? Vader had a lot of it was fat. He was huge.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
But it was very little of it was fat.
All right, so he beats up that guy from Kuwait.
Awesome. Do it again.
So worse than Riddle or better than
He's
Riddle?
better than Emmer in my eyes. He didn't commit a crime.
So
he just
Riddle
slapped
is still
around
the
and
biggest
disrespectful
Riddle still
journalist.
is the piece of crap.
He's got it.
So Riddle's a piece of crap.
I don't think he's going to win. I don't think he's going to win this contest.
His
though,
future girlfriend or future mother of his child,
right? Or future
is
victim
is an ugly porn
or future victim.
Yeah, Star 80. Remember that show?
Oh God, don't. That's not funny. Dorothy Stratton. That's not funny, man. I'm not even.
When Riddle loses his job at WWE, he's going to Dorothy Stratton it.
God, I hope not. I hope not. Maybe he'll do us all a favor and do it to himself instead of someone else who doesn't deserve it.
Wow.
You know, I said maybe. I didn't say definitively. Come on, don't put words in my mouth.
Big Show, assault and battery. Paul White, over 7 feet tall,
Wait a minute.
weighs over 400
hold on.
pounds.
Is that an iPhone case? Don't mind if I just... I'm sorry.
Why
Who's
the
next?
word would anybody pick a fight with this walking mountain?
Big Show?
But that's exactly what happened in a hotel after the WCW event. Big Show, who was going
right
by
here
the
on the
name
island.
The Giant at the time, really?
Yeah,
was
that was at
heckled
the
by the
Radisson
fan
across
and
from
was
the Coliseum.
alongside Big Show then, slapped the shit out of him.
Mm-hmm. No, good for him. Do it
shoved
again.
him.
Do it again. Nope, I actually saw that video. That guy screwed with him and he got pounded. Good for you, Show. You know.
Riddle's still bad guy.
Oh, by far.
All right.
By far.
All right. Wow, Riddle's up there, boy.
Yeah, I
Look
don't think
out.
he's going to win this though, but he's going to be in the top.
He's going to win it. There's a winner in this whole
And you know
thing.
what you win? You win an excuse. One free excuse for your next ridiculous.
Your next ass rape.
It wasn't me.
It was her fault.
Yeah.
Jerry the King Lawler, Jerry King Lawler, reckless endangerment. Jerry Lawler once received a speeding ticket near Memphis Airport. While he could easily have paid for the fine but went about his life, Jerry instead decided to rip up the ticket, throw it in the police officer's face, and proceeded to run over the man's foot. Thoughts?
That sounds like something out of Smokey and the Bandit. Really? Like Jackie Gleason, like, no, jumping up and down, holding his toe while Burt Reynolds takes off. Yeah, no, he's not worse than Matt Riddle.
Man, Matt Riddle is up
He's killing it so far.
Wow.
Matt Riddle, he's killing it.
All right, here's one that's near and dear to your
Can't
heart.
believe this.
Ken Patera, destruction of property and assaulting an officer. Modern day
Wow,
fans
you
are probably not
serious?
familiar with the former Olympic. If you watch this show, you know about it.
You want me to come over there and...
Remember when you tried to bring up the McDonald's question? You're not going to ask me about that,
You're not
are
going to
you?
ask me about that fucking fast food thing, are you? I'm like, no.
No, forget
That's
it.
good.
I just wanted to ask you if you like the fries.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
But
a smart ass,
but Mike-
aren't you?
But Mike has a question. Can Burn Gun you kick your ass? What did you just say? You want me to come over there? I was like, oh my God, we're going to
So
die.
when he was denied service at a fast food restaurant after hours, he decided to vent his anger by lifting a rock.
wanted a
Witnesses
hamburger.
described it as a boulder and tossing it through a
Hulk
plate
smash.
glass weekend.
No cheeseburger.
Is that crazy or what?
I think it's crazy, but I'm going
We
to...
all know the story. So worse than Riddle or better than
Yeah,
Riddle?
him and
And by the way,
and-
spent
can I-
3 years in jail, right? Or something
Right, but
like
can I
that.
throw in him and Mr. Saito are not worse than Matt Riddle? Wow. They were hungry.
Wow.
They were hungry. They should have given them the burgers. They were right there. They could see them through the window. Let me ask you a question.
Riddle's hungry too, though, dude.
Yeah, but he's hungry for trouble.
He's hungry for Heine.
He's hungry for... Was that a Ronnie James Dio song, Hungry for Heine?
Hungry
for Heine. Yeah, it was. That was on Sacred Fart. Oh, that was Sacred Heart. Never mind. Well, if it's Hungry Heine, Sacred Fart.
Hungry for Heine.
Yeah, Hungry for Heine. Yeah, that's great.
Let me ask you, what's Daniela going to do after Riddle gets fired? Is she done then? Did she complete her mission, life over?
First of all, she's probably going to invite us to a keg party.
Right.
That's going to be first. And then she's
And by the
probably...
way, you're in Florida. You could go right there.
Oh,
I'll be here in
crap.
New York.
She's my neighbor? Oh, my God. Matt Riddle's going to find me. This is not good.
Dude, you may call me and be like,
Yeah, but
yo,
you know what
Riddle's here.
Yeah, but I feel mighty safe over there where I am because basically over there it's stand your ground.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be like, oh, look, Matt Riddle's walking up on my doof lawn. The end. Have you seen Riddle? Yeah, that's him all over.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
But what does Daniela do after he's done? Because he's going to be done.
She's going to live the rest of her life extremely satisfied and happy. How's that sound? And she should be after the crap that he pulled on her. So.
All right, wait, you were going to say something else. I interrupted.
Was
you.
I? I
think
forgot
so.
what it was.
New
It'll come
Jack
back.
assault with a deadly weapon, using blunt implements to beat his opponent senselessly. During a match in an indie wrestling show in Florida, he began to use a knife against a poor victim.
I saw him take a bat to Gypsy Joe. So
New
do a
Jack
lot of
agreed
stuff.
as soon as he was released from prison, he ran for the state border without the man he agreed on. So is New Jack worse than Matt
No,
Riddle?
he's not. New Jack taking liberties in a professional wrestling performance is out of control, but it's not doing the things that Matt Riddle has been accused of.
So Riddle's still bad.
Also, let's
Riddle bad.
Yeah, Riddle bad. New Jack not so good, but not as bad as Riddle.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
No, I don't think he is.
Terry Reynolds most recently accused of eating ass.
I can't believe
Does that
this
make? Is that worse than Matt Riddle?
Well, I'm gonna go with no. I'm Greek.
What does that have to do with it?
What, Greeks and ass? You haven't figured out all the jokes over the years about us?
So eating ass is not worse than what
Absolutely
Matt Riddle's
not.
doing.
Absolutely not.
And again,
No.
it's only an accusation.
Downtown Brown. What?
Listen, again,
What?
there's nothing. Listen, if that's what you like,
Yeah.
that's what you
Yeah,
like.
maybe you should put a little salt, a little pepper.
Wow.
Tonight on the menu, cornhole on a roll.
Do you get like little peanuts in your mouth? And your teeth?
Now listen, man. Funny is funny, gross is gross, and you just made yourself almost worse.
Well,
than
wait a
Riddle.
minute, hold on.
You're
Eating
almost
ass
worse
is
than Riddle.
gross.
Of course it's gross, but you made it deluxe gross. You know, you got a hamburger.
There's a lot of shit in the
You
ass.
made it hamburger deluxe.
There's a lot of shit in people's
Listen, man,
asses.
people are gonna turn off. You're getting gross.
But
That's
so,
gross.
So you don't go gross.
I think Terry's way better than Matt Riddle. Next.
Okay.
Way
All right,
better.
I'm just asking.
Munch away,
When-
Terry.
when you eat-
Munch away.
When you eat
What?
ass, do you get like hairs in your teeth?
I don't eat ass. What's
I
wrong
just
with
thought
you
did.
when I eat ass?
Vince
What is it?
McMahon.
What
drug,
is this?
Vince McMahon, drug distribution. The boss of the chairman.
Oh yeah, that's worse than Riddle.
You know, we know all the steroid
Yeah,
trial.
steroids and all that other shit.
Worse than Matt Riddle.
No, not even close.
Wow.
Not even close.
Matt Riddle's killing
I mean,
it right
what'd you
now.
do to Hulk Hogan? Make him look bigger? Oh, you're a terrible human being compared to the crap Riddle
Juicer
stuff.
Art Barr.
All right, now.
Sexual assault.
Okay, now
For
we
those
got
not familiar with the Mexican wrestling
Yes.
scene, Art the Juicer Barr
Love machine.
was Eddie Guerrero's tag team partner and close friend. His actions
Legend in
in
Mexico.
Oregon led to pro wrestling being banned in the state for many years. I never heard the story. I'm reading it for the first time.
Yeah.
During a wrestling show, he sneaked off with an underage fan for some adventure.
Right.
But she did not want to participate in the dirty stairwell of the arena.
Right.
Bart didn't take no for an answer and forced himself on her instead of taking her to a hotel room.
Right.
So she's underage.
Yeah, he raped
She didn't
an
want to
under-
do it on the
raped
stairs.
an underage girl.
But like, if you would have brought her to a hotel, she's still underage. I don't even understand
either
why
way,
it's even part of it.
either way, you're raping an
Thoughts
underage
on
girl.
that? Is he
okay.
worse than Matt Riddle?
Okay, because Matt Riddle has not been officially charged with anything that has put him in prison, I am going to say that Art Barr was worse than Matt Riddle.
Wow, all right. Ding!
Hey, you got a bell, Spidey? Ring the bell.
Art
Art
Barr
Barr.
has now officially passed Matt Riddle.
I think he has. I think that's
Lord
fair.
Steven Regal relieving
Relieving
himself
himself?
on an airline
This
stewardess.
is not worse than...
For a man who seems so cultured and refined, it's hard to
Hello.
imagine William Regal being guilty of his crime. However, and this fucking thing
Well, he
is
probably
moving.
peed on that WSI interview, too, while
For
he was
many
at it,
years,
but,
Regal battled drug and alcohol addiction. During the flight to WCW event, he extremely
Right.
drunk.
Mhm.
Regal stumbled, blah, 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 and he peed on a stewardess.
Big deal.
Worse than Matt Riddle.
He's not worse than Matt Riddle. He's just a sloppy drunk.
So only Art Barr so far.
So far, Art Barr. Yeah.
Scott Hall, assaulting a comedian and many others.
Okay, let's just stop here. Scott Hall is not.
And he murdered somebody. In self-defense.
Yeah, but that was self-defense. Nope.
Still not.
Nope, he's not. Matt Riddle is worse.
Really?
Yeah, I think he's worse. Absolutely. Listen, he did defend himself when he killed that guy, and I believe him, and the law believed him too. So no, I don't think that Scott Hall is worse than the things that Matt Riddle is being accused of. Scott Hall didn't have a long line of sexual assault and roughing up women and shit like that. No, Scott Hall's not.
All right, next up. Former wrestler and wretched human being, rock and roll, Buck Zumoff, who spent the rest of his life in prison. What we probably should have known about Bucky, he was a child molester who got hit with 26-year prison for
Wow.
sexually abusing his daughter for over a 12-year period
boy.
and trying to flee once he realized he was caught.
Wow.
310 months in prison, 2 first-degree, 2 third-degree counts. He is 63 right now, and if he makes it, he'll be in his 80s when he gets out.
He ain't making it.
One of the worst parts of the story is that Zumhoff's first in a prince.
It's not his first time,
for
right?
molesting a child. Not even his second.
What?
He was jailed back in '86 for sexual misconduct involving a minor.
Okay.
And basically here. So is Buck Zumhoff?
Yeah. Yeah, he's worse than Art Barr.
Yeah.
So far, he's at number 1, Barr's at 2, and Riddle's at 3.
All right.
Yeah, pretty much. I'd have to go with that.
What's that, Spidey? Someone's on the line?
We're getting a call in.
All right, hold on. Let me put my headphones on.
I get nervous when someone's on the line. What are you talking about?
I believe it's Mr. Buck.
Buck's. All right.
No,
Buck
that's not possible.
Zumhoff is on the line. Oh, my God. Well, I guess you're calling from a security prison. Well, Mr. Zumhoff, I guess I say welcome to the world's #1 pro wrestling broadcast.
Oh, thank you, brother. I'm so excited to be on this show, man. I love Monte The Pharaoh.
How's life in prison treating you, Mr. Zumhoff?
Don't drop the soap.
That's it?
Yeah, it's been pretty good. I keep my eye on the ground and my butt straight up, looking at the stars.
What is your favorite food, Mr. Zumhoff?
Hot dogs. Lots of them. Little ones.
Did you like wrestling midgets better because they reminded you of children?
I knew then that I had a problem. I was wrestling sky low low and I went high high high. Sky high.
I know fans are interested. You were rock and roll Buck Zumhoff. What kind of music do you listen to now?
Disco? Because rap is crap.
Dude, what's up with your mugshot?
I don't take good pictures in the morning. I look much better by noon.
What does the future hold for you, Mr. Zumhoff?
I'm actually much more concerned about who's holding my future. Dude, get off the phone with this guy. This guy's a loser. You're a fucking loser, Buck.
Hey, give the guy a break.
He's a loser.
He's
We're
calling
entertaining a fucking lunatic.
I got one more question.
Fine. I'm not asking him shit. Go ahead.
Mr. Zumhoff, is there anything you'd like to promote before I let you go?
You know, brother, I'm really glad you asked. There's going to be a softball game this weekend, and I'm playing catcher. I'm receiving.
Well, Buck Zumhoff, everybody.
I'm not clapping for this motherfucker.
I
What, are you
am.
kidding?
I am. Buck
You
Zumhoff,
are?
everybody.
Oh, my God. That was terrible.
The great Buck Zumhoff.
The great Buck Zumhoff? Well, he is above Riddle on the list. So.
Is he above Riddle?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
All
he's
right.
number 1, man.
All right, hold on. We got a few
By
more
the way,
to go.
that's the most tasteless fucking interview I've ever heard. That was tasteless.
You were very mean to Buck Zumhoff.
I was, because he's tasteless. I hate him.
That's not fair.
He's awful.
1983, Mr. Jimmy Snuka
Oh,
was accused of murdering Nancy Argentino. Thoughts on Jimmy Snuka after he throws her to the ground, supposedly, and gives her a skull fracture, puts her back in the bed, and she dies.
Brother,
Is Jimmy Snuka
brother,
worth...
look in my eyes. Did I do it? Did I do it, brother? Does it look like I did it?
If you ask Andrew Anderson and Metal Maniac, no.
Okay. This one is tricky because was there ever concrete final evidence and decision that he did it? I'm asking you this.
No,
This
there
is
has
very...
not.
So,
They brought it back to trial, but he wasn't able to participate.
right. So, but what happened to the end result? Even though the man passes, doesn't the family deserve a definitive end result? Did they ever come to one?
They did not.
I can't touch this one.
So
right now,
so Matt Riddle is worse than...
Buck Zumhoff is still the champion of
Well,
assholes.
so we've got, in order...
Zumhoff, Art Barr, Riddle.
What puts Zumhoff in front of Art Barr?
Well, Zumhoff did it multiple
times.
times.
Did it.
Barr did it the one time, which is one time.
And
too
finally,
many. One
over a
time too many.
3-day period from June 22nd to June 24th,
We have our winner!
Chris Benoit, 40-year-old Canadian professional wrestler,
We have
murders
our winner.
his son and murders his wife.
There he is, right there, folks. The biggest scumbag in the history of the business. There he is, right there. All you apologists, just turn off the channel now. I don't want to hear about Kevin. I don't want to hear about any of your other bullshit. I don't want to hear about Chavo's phone call or all the other crap that entices you guys to make something juicy out of a psycho fuck who clearly had major mental problems, clearly had steroid issues, clearly had concussions, this, that, and the other thing. Excuses. Killed his family. He's the all-time pro wrestling scumbag. So let's review.
Go ahead.
Chris Benoit.
Yes.
Rock and Roll Bug Zumhoff. Art Bar. Poor Matt Riddle doesn't even get a bronze medal.
But he's in fourth.
He's in fourth place on this list.
Phil
That's
says
fairly
out there,
impressive.
Snooker hugged me at a New England Pro Wrestling Hall
Me
of
too.
Fame
Snooker
many
was
years ago.
very nice
I
to
think
me.
he thought I was someone else, but he still's a good
I agree.
hugger.
I kind of had that
You
same
did have
experience.
that same thing.
I kind of had that same exact experience. He was a sweet guy. But that doesn't mean shit. as
RJ
far
Hudson,
as-
we have got a winner, Chris Benoit.
We do. We have a winner, Chris Benoit.
There's one thing, as much as we love pro wrestling, man,
Yeah,
some of
we
the
do.
worst things or
Have
the
happened.
worst of abuse have
Sure.
happened.
Absolutely.
With these pro wrestlers,
Yeah,
man.
absolutely.
It is crazy.
You know, and then when you think about the excuses that are made for them, you just want to vomit.
So, Pharaoh, real quick, on Sunday's show
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the Barry Windham, will you have a speech ready for the people that watch you every week?
Speech?
Yes.
Oh, God. No, I wasn't thinking about having a speech. I think everybody out there knows how much I love them and how grateful I am that they tune in every week. They are family, and you always made sure that they knew that. This is not fans. These are all people, you know.
Real quick, help me
real
with this
grateful.
one. Roger F. says, if
Yeah.
Metal Maniac was on Beavis and Butthead, he would be Stewart with the Winger t-shirt.
I agree. Metal Maniac is a goddamn turd.
You still hate Metal Maniac.
I think Metal
after all
Maniac
these
is.
years.
I think Metal Maniac is a no talent, mealy mouth, big mouth fuck. I don't like him, and I never will. So there is to it. The guy has no regard for how to do an interview. He just talks.
What was the biggest thing that pissed you off about Metal Maniac?
Everything. He just annoys me. You know, and he also thinks who he is. I mean, what's your claim to fame? You were friends with Jimmy? How exciting.
By the way, Jay Will says Bruiser Bob Sweeten is said to have done something really bad. And you know what else I didn't bring up was Jake the Snake's father, too.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Grizzly Smith.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he might have Matt Riddle beat. Yeah, I think he does.
Oh, I think he does.
Yeah, I think he does.
As much as we hate Matt Riddle
Yeah.
has not crossed that line.
No, not yet, but I'm afraid he will. That's what I'm afraid of.
Well, again, let's not
WWE,
forget.
I agree with Danielle. WWE's got to stop covering up for this guy and get rid of him. But you know what? They're probably afraid if they get rid of him, he's going to fulfill his final destiny, which is just to probably kill somebody. You know.
You know
Or
what?
rape
That's
them.
a great point,
Yeah.
man.
That's
'Cause
all they
I
need is
think you're
another
right.
bad
The
rep.
dude is dangerous.
He is.
He's a dangerous man.
Not for nothing. He is what, you know, we have a lot of fun poking fun at all of these entitled assholes who act like jerks and disrespect the fan support and the wallet that they give these guys, the success that they give these guys. Riddle gets me nervous. He's like one of those guys, like if we ran into after shit talking, where I'd be, okay, I guess this guy's going to hit me now.
Right.
And I guess I'm going to be really rich tomorrow.
Right.
That's how I look at that. You know,
But he
'cause
might
you
be a
touch
guy
me,
that
Matt.
loses his crap.
Yeah.
You know what? As funny as remember that
I'm
Seth
just
Rollins.
going to do the stand your ground thing.
Do you
I'm gonna
remember
be
that?
like, you're on my. Is
you
that
remember
my
that-
mailbox you're trying to like look into? Bang!
Do you remember the Seth Rollins?
Yeah.
Matt Riddle thing.
Yeah.
That I believed was like the Matt Riddle. He was acting. but that I felt like. That
I
was
am
some
sure
real
Matt Riddle could harm quite a few human beings. I'm sure he could. He is definitely a tough dude. That's got nothing to do with this, you know. And you know what? He had an opportunity. He
Who,
could've
R.J.
come-
Hudson is Sonny worse than Matt Riddle?
So far, yeah. Sonny killed
But she's
someone.
got a lot of time on him.
Sonny killed someone.
But she's got a lot of time. She's got the advantage of time.
I think Sonny's worse than Matt Riddle.
But my point is,
What's that?
Sonny's much older.
Yeah.
Sonny had a million DUIs.
She had a million chances
She
to figure it
finally
out.
did it.
Right.
Matt Riddle's
on that.
He's on the
that
course. He's on his way.
You know.
Like you might get a call one day that Misha Montana got a head cut off.
Oh, God forbid, man. God forbid. You know, Matt, you may not understand this. With all this fun you think we're poking at you, why don't you, like, read between the lines? Would you fucking get yourself better? What are you doing? You really think we want to see you do something bad to yourself or somebody else? No. The reason why you're being shamed right now is that you're acting shameful. It's real simple.
Yeah, man, you don't take advantage of women.
Come on, bro.
You just don't do it.
Come on, bro. Gotta know better.
Mm.
Gotta know better.
Mm.
You gotta.
Well, look at you trying to reach out to Matt, to give him
I
the
am.
olive branch. Matt, I love you, brother.
Oh, I don't hate the guy. I don't want him doing this crap to people. What the hell are you doing? I used to be a fan of his. Don't you remember?
Yeah.
I was totally into Matt Riddle. But the moment where reality and the fantasy, when the reality becomes real, it's like, oh, come on, forget. I don't care if you're a wrestler. I don't care if you're a wrestler at all. I think that's what separates us from most guys that do wrestling shows.
Right.
We can look past the idol worship. You know what I mean? I recently wrote something pretty not so nice about Bruce Springsteen. And because of what he's charging, up to $8,000 a ticket. Don't forget, this was a man of the street. Bruce Springsteen was the American icon. $8,000 a ticket, you know? So somebody wrote back like they were totally defending him and all this crap. And I wrote back, enjoy your idol worship later. You know how many likes I got for that? It was hilarious. People were like, "Oh my God, that was great. That's the greatest thing I've ever read."
How about the Cream Team? Did the Cream Team
Who's the
beat
Cream?
Matt Riddle?
Who's the
That's Pat Patterson, Mel Phillips.
The Cream
Take Patterson out of
Team?
it. Mel Phillips and Garvin. I don't want to say Pat Patterson because I don't think that's fair. Even though he always gets thrown in there.
Yeah, I would say.
Unsubstantiated.
I would say. I know it's not. I would say. Yeah. I would say. Yeah. From what we've heard, yeah, they're worse than Matt Riddle so far.
Wait, let me ask you something.
So far,
We've
they
had
were molesting boys.
No.
Weren't
See,
they?
here's the thing. We had what's his name on? Help me, please.
What, Lee Cole?
Lee Cole.
God.
From what we read is Mel Phillips.
Mm-hmm.
He was of age. Dale Cole, right? I remember him being of age.
Yeah.
And Mel Phillips hit on him.
What, Tom Cole?
No, on Lee Cole. No, Tom Cole. Sorry, Tom Cole.
Yeah.
Got it.
No, it's okay. That's fine.
So he hit on him, just like you might hit on a woman.
But there were many stories of the young kids that they would pluck. Look,
yeah, but
at
the
the
wrestling,
end of the day, there's
wrestling nonsense that you hear.
I don't know.
I'm not defending it. Don't get me wrong.
Let me put it this way. I am so uncomfortable with the idea of going after young boys that it just really. You got to.
Well, clearly we had Cole's sister in here
too. That is pretty damn bad.
I'm not. You know what? I really shouldn't defend it. All I'm saying is
I'm not at all.
I
think
questioned
it's
it only because the story went that Mel Phillips asked him for it.
I got you.
And Cole didn't like it.
I understand, but they, I just on the premise of what they were, accused
well,
of.
Well, if you go on the premise of they used their power over a very influential. Influential kid
stuff,
to try to get something. That's
this
totally
is underage,
different.
and a lot of them were underage. Not Tom in Tom's case, and don't forget Tom came there underage. So
right, that's a whole nother problem.
So let's not forget that.
Yeah, that's right.
No, I find those two to be very sick in the head.
Oh, absolutely,
absolutely. What a shame! What a shame that wrestling comes with this crap. That these people
Lou says
ruin our
Monte
beloved
Patterson
sport.
played a part. I mean, he was above those guys. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I think he thought it was a joke, and he thought
And don't
it was
forget
fine.
what Roddy said
that's
about
not
Pat
fair.
when Roddy was a young kid.
Yeah,
so
but Roddy
God knows.
took.
It's not right, dude. I don't care. It's not right. One way or the other. It's not right. And it's not right what Pat did to Roddy. It's not right.
Oh,
right.
wait a minute. Okay, now
Or
we're
Pat
going to end
may
the
have
show,
done to
but
Roddy.
now I got to start questioning stuff.
Go ahead.
So Davio says, remember, Bruno tried to expose them on Donahue.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't. Bruno had an agenda.
He had an agenda
and again,
with
we go
Vince.
back where we challenged Cole in
Right.
the interview.
Mhm.
We challenged, what's his name?
Oh, that
Dumpy
idiot.
Dumpy
Yeah,
guy.
That Humpty Dumpty, John Arezzi.
Yeah. Right? It's like
His
Bruno.
handshake is very limp.
It
Oh,
is
that's
a
right.
little-
He doesn't shake hands.
He doesn't shake.
Yeah, that's right. He just shakes his own.
But anyway,
Yeah, go ahead.
Bruno didn't say a word while it was going on. Only
Bruno-
until he
No,
left did he
Bruno-
say something.
Yeah, Bruno just was after Vince at that time. He was mad at Vince.
I mean,
You know.
yeah, you can't.
There was
you
an
can't, no
ulterior
way.
motive.
Yeah, you can't.
There
I
was.
cannot. I did not respect that at all.
No.
It was only good when it was that.
Yeah,
when
he was
wanted
piling
them.
on because
Same
Vince
with
was
Superstar
feeling the
Graham.
heat. Right.
You know,
Yep.
also Superstar Graham had it as a problem.
These same guys all took Hall of Fame inductions later and a whole bunch of other crap. Stop it already. But I understand if you.
Roger F says Barrio exposed on Donahue. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Listen, there's a lot of shady shit
Right.
going on all over the world.
It's sick that it happens. I mean, you have such a wonderful entertainment form of pro wrestling, and a lot of these guys did so well, and they do this sort of behavior. It's kind of sad. It really is.
Lou says Tom Cole was on camera. Yeah, it's been a long time. We've had Lee on twice. We had Tom Cole's sister on.
Right.
I think we've done a good job exposing. Listen, I came off the wrong way. You're right. There's no way to defend them.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
They took advantage of the situation.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
It definitely is not right taking advantage of people. But then
don't you
put Bro in that list because he uses.
He's obviously made number 4. What are you talking about? He did just fine.
Yeah, right.
He did just fine on the all-time scumbag list.
You're right, though, man. Now I'm worried.
But I'm afraid that he's climbing. He's climbing up the list.
If WWE releases him, what does he do?
God only knows.
And then he just loses.
Yeah, let me guess. AEW. Let me guess.
I don't see that happening.
I mean, come on. Well, they'll grab anybody from WWE. You know that already. So,
Bruno was mad. David David didn't get the push from Vince.
Bruno was definitely holding gripes.
That's true, though, dude. I had David on.
Bruno was holding gripes over Vince. Numerous reasons. I mean, for some reason, he didn't want to let go of the spotlight even after. David should have been getting spotlight, and he was taking it. Don't you remember?
Well, I think
he was trying to get his kid over, but this was no Rey Mysterio Dominic situation. Let's be fair.
No, that's fair. But I think really what happened is that Bruno wasn't he didn't want to be there anymore. Whatever.
He resented.
He got brought back. Yeah, that's where the problem.
He resented it.
He left. He came back. He tried to push his kid.
Right.
But when you listen to the David interview, David said his father didn't do shit for him.
Right. And if David's saying that, why would he talk ill of his dad unless it happened?
Roger says Gorilla said to the Brain that Patterson likes to get behind the boys and give them a push. That's probably true.
I can see Gorilla.
Oh man, there's nothing like laughing.
That's very
at
cleverly worded, Gorilla. I could see Gorilla.
RJ Hudson says, I could see it, bro. Riddle is elite.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Anyway. I want to thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah.
We'll hopefully see you tomorrow with Manny Fernandez and Brett Azar, and we'll see you Sunday at 11 a.m. with the great Barry Windham. I'm excited for that. Jimmy, you want to send us out?
You've been watching Monte and the Pharaoh, and we will see you tomorrow with Manny and Brett. Later.